Look, I was trying to get me some water first. Thought I had enough time. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in the room. I got some things I need to get off my chest. Look, I was going to go live last night. I was going to try to do my Potomac stuff. Look, okay, this is backwards, so let's see how. I was going to try to do the Potomac stuff. I'm going to just wait till the weekend and just get all one big thing done. But, so I said, let me go ahead and get on these hot topics here. So I said, let's get it on. I was going to try to go last night. My back was hurting me so bad. Plus, I had to get out to the hospital where my dad is. And the other day I went up there to go see him. Went into the room because he had called me earlier that day. And I'm like, I walked into the room with some white man in there. I'm like, where the heck is my daddy at? Turns out they moved him to another floor. And I think that's probably why he called me, but I can't remember why he was calling me. He get like that. To let me know they changed his room. So I've been on here scrolling on the tickety talk, honey, and going down all them damn rabbit holes. And I discovered when I started doing that, I really don't do TikTok like that, but I decided, let me go on over here. And I discovered something very, very crazy. I discovered it was that Fabio Jackson or whatever the hell he is. And this man is trying to say Michael Jackson's mama is mixed. And I said, what the hell? I was just totally outdone. I'm like, wait a minute. Nothing wrong with nobody being, but it's not true, you know. And I just thought, let me let you guys listen to it. Because I actually, look, I'm trying to have all my little junk set up. But I was just I was appalled that this man is lost his mind. And I guess he wants to be some way connected to Michael Jackson, other than being an impersonator, which I thought this dude has lost his mind. But look, I'm trying to read the stuff here. I know I had to save. What is this? Let's go here. We'll look at it over on here. So we'll start out our docket with them gentrifying Michael Jackson. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Hello, y'all. Y'all come in and let me know where y'all coming in from. Where you seeing me at? Let me know if I'm worldwide. So let's go on over here and let's pull it on up. Because I thought that was just the weirdest thing ever. How in the heck are you going to gentrify the king of pop? And I'm like, oh, Lord, have mercy. So here we go.
You're still cosplaying a black. Yeah, but you're still cosplaying.
I don't agree with that, Edward. I don't agree.
Yeah, but you're still. You do know Michael Jackson is black, right? He's a black man. He's a black African American man.
He's a very dark shade of skin.
No, he's black. He's black. He's a black man. He's black.
A black man would be someone from Congo or something like that. No, he's not from Congo.
What?
Yes, Catherine is half Hispanic and she's half Japanese.
Ooh, shit, that's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So Michael Jackson literally.
Hold on, let me pause it right there. Let me go back over here to StreamYard. He said what? He said Mama Jackson is half Hispanic and half Japanese. So 50-50 makes a 100%, right? So I just want to, we're going to just look here. This is half Hispanic and half Japanese, right? Really? Just young Catherine, young Joseph right there. Nice looking people. This is the family. Let me go on back and let him talk some more as he sitting here spitting his lies, rather. Let me go on back over there. There you go.
Okay, you want me to show you interviews where Michael Jackson?
Great hair. How do you think they have great hair?
Great hair. Wait. Black people have bad hair. Wait, black people have bad hair. Wait. Black people don't have bad hair. There's no such thing as bad hair. We don't have bad hair.
There is.
You're still cosplaying.
There is.
What is bad hair?
Grow hair like that.
Oh no, I've seen black women grow hair like mine, longer.
It's probably a wig.
No, it's not a wig, Fabio.
Yes.
No. I know black girls who literally have hair like
it doesn't
me.
matter. It's not about that. It's about how Michael is. Michael is mixed with a lot of races. He's not just black.
He's black.
He has a lot of shades of different mix.
Do you
Why be realistic here?
I am realistic.
Like,
Michael
you
Jackson
are also mixed with other races, right? So that doesn't make you fully Indian.
But yeah, but
you have to put in whatever your ancestry was.
Wait. But Michael was black though. He was definitely black.
He's dark skinned.
What is bad hair? This is a black man. He's got the fro. He's got the.
He honestly looks more brown than black, to be honest.
Hold on, let me take that filter off. This is a black man. He's got the fro. He's got the.
He honestly looks more brown than black, to be honest.
Hold on, let me take that filter off.
I'm a Black American. I'm proud to be a Black American. I am trying to control it, and using makeup evens it out because it makes blotches on the skin, and I have to even out my skin. But you know what's funny? Why is that?
Honey. We come down here. That got on my nerves for real. It really did, because I was an extreme Michael Jackson fan. I found my book I bought when I was in 6th grade. I brought that. I took my bus pass money and went and bought this thing here. Yes. My whole room was plastered in Michael Jackson pictures. So I said this a couple years ago. I said, I bet you in 100 years from now, they'll make Michael Jackson white. And the reason why I said that, because when there was a movie that had Michael Jackson, supposedly, Michael Jackson, Elizabeth Taylor, and what's her name? Liza Minnelli. They're all supposed to be like on a car ride across the country or something like that. And they had a white man play Michael Jackson. And at that time, I think Paris, his daughter, or someone asked her, or she spoke out about it or something, and she thought it was wrong because my dad was black. But I just want to go take us a little tour down memory lane. This is the Michael Jackson. You see that? And the thing about it is, most African Americans or black people that live in the United States, none of us are 100. Well, I ain't gonna say none. Most of us are not 100% black. My skin is dark, but that don't mean nothing. It's just genetics or how I turned out. The 1920 the 1920 census had my granddaddy marked as mulatto. Now, I know his daddy wasn't white, his mama wasn't white. They probably was a lot of these people around that area, and they just marked them as mulatto. But my grandfather's mother on my dad's side was Indian and black. My grandfather was very dark. I have a friend that their nephew is darker than me. And my friends are mixed. His grandma is white. So most, like I said, the Jackson family looked like the average Black family. Mrs. Jackson looks like the average Black grandma around here. And for this man to say she is Asian and Hispanic, I think it's a slap in the face. We can all say we love Michael Jackson or whatever, but to try to say he was something that he wasn't. I kept saying they're gonna say Michael Jackson was white in 100 years. They're gonna say Beyonce too. And when we got these people that think about, I was always taught the one drop rule, but now people. There's so many different definitions of Black now. I only consider somebody really mixed race if the grandparent is somebody different. Other than that, nobody is truly 100% whatever, especially Black. Anyways, over here due to slavery, just like Quincy Jones when they did the DNA test on him, he found out he had more white in him than he did Black, which was a shocker to him because I don't even think he could name his nearest white relative, far as who he came from. So I don't believe his grandmother was white, or it just is what it is. So I just thought that was very interesting that Fabio, whatever his last name may be, I think he just assumed the name Jackson. And I thought, oh my goodness, was one I'd seen a couple of years ago watching another man imitate Michael Jackson, and he's sitting there staring like, yeah, he's imitating me pretty good. I said, this man that lost his mind because he really thinks he's Michael Jackson. And he's sitting there in denial. He's a Hispanic man, I believe. And to try to say what Michael Jackson heritage was, it's ridiculous. Because some things on TikTok they talk about, like I guess one of the part in the movie, I don't believe he's got any talent. I don't think he can dance, and he definitely can't damn sing. Only thing he did is go and have his face look, have surgery so he can look like Michael Jackson. So he calls himself the real Michael Jackson. I said, oh no. But this man right here, let me get the book right. This man here, my brother in my head when I was a kid. Yes. That Michael Jackson. Come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. We can love who we love, idolize who we idolize, but don't try to make him something he was not. Especially when he says he was a proud Black man. He just has, what do you call it, vitiligo or whatever it's called, where his skin, the pigmentation of his skin goes away. But anyways, and from that, we're going to go on over to these other people, honey. We're going to talk about number 47 for just a minute. 47 out here calling folks a pig. And I thought he got a lot of goddamn on nerves to call somebody a pig. But here he goes.
With respect to Bill Clinton, with respect to the head of Harvard, with respect to all of those people that I know, including J.P. Morgan chicks.
Sir,
Yeah,
if
Jennifer,
there's
go ahead.
nothing
Go ahead.
incriminating in the file, sir, why not?
Quiet,
Is it
quiet, begin.
Venezuela?
With respect to Bill Clinton.
If there's
Jennifer, go ahead.
nothing
Go ahead.
incriminating in the file, sir,
Quiet, quiet, begin.
If there's
Jennifer, go ahead.
nothing
Go ahead.
incriminating.
He told her, quiet piggy. This is the White House is stepping in after a viral Air Force One moment. Over the weekend, President Donald, 47, faced criticism for calling Bloomberg White House correspondent Catherine Lucy piggy as she pressed him about the Epstein's file. Lucy asked 47, What did Jeffrey Epstein mean in his emails when he said you knew about the girls? 47 replied, I know nothing about that. They would have announced that long time ago. It's really what did he mean when he spent all the time with Bill Clinton, with the president of Harvard, Larry Summers, whatever his name is, and all of the other people he spent time with. Jeffrey Epstein and I had a very bad relationship for many years, but he also saw strength because I was president. When Lucy followed up saying, if there is nothing incriminating in the files, Trump cut her off with quiet, piggy, before taking a different question. Miss Now's MS Now, senior White House correspondent Von Hilliard is now reporting that the White House released a statement defending Trump's response. This reporter behaved in an inappropriate and unprofessional way towards her colleagues on the plane. If you're going to give it, you have to be able to take it, the statement said. Don't look like he can take nothing. He can't take any kind of criticism or anything. And I left that small because I really don't even want him on my screen like that. So, whatever. But that's like the pot calling the kettle black, calling somebody a piggy. And he looks the way he looks. But we'll move on. So then we also need to go on over here. Who I want to start with first? I want to start with Wendy or Mia. Real Housewives of Potomac. We got some questions here. We got plenty of questions. Let me go on over here and find. Okay, let's see here. We'll do it Wendy first. Okay. It says, oops. Prosecutor claims Wendy and Eddie allegedly used 40 different debit/credit cards under alias names Pam Oliver and Eddie Hennessy. The amount of debt owed by the Osefs is highly relative to their motive. The motive to them having supposedly a fraud insurance claim, a fraudulent insurance claim. Let me make this bigger so y'all can see it. Okay. So let me go on over here. So, they're saying that Wendy and he may have some motives for why they did what they did, allegedly. It says, get into this. More information is dropping against Eddie and Wendy Osefo regarding their federal fraud case. According to the Baltimore Observer, prosecutors are reportedly seeking additional records that they claim show a pattern of excessive spending and support a motive of their criminal fraud case. Eddie's lawyer claims this is a fishing expedition and urged the courts to drop the subpoena. Prosecutors argue, though these records are important to show the extent of the Osefos' fraudulent ways to go. They claim the Osefos have approximately 40 credit cards /debit cards, some of which are believed to be in company names and have in other instances used as alias Pam Oliver and Eddie Hennessy in a deliberate attempt to mask their identity. They also claim that Wendy falsely denied using money apps, including PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, to pay for jury. You go to the jury store and Cash App them some money? Honey, I don't know. Is it the state anticipates seeing purchases as well as returns on their financial records. Prosecutor wrote, additionally, the state expects such documents to show a pattern of excessive spending, supporting motives in this case. The state avers that the insurance fraud is a financial crime in that the amount of debt owed by the Osefos jointly, individually, and by the businesses that they own is highly relevant to their motive. So then the Osefos attorney, he put out a statement. So here we go. So it says Dr. Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie are speaking out about the insurance fraud case against them. On Instagram, the couple shared a statement from their legal team calling out what they say is bias and unfair treatment by authorities. At the outset, the police failed to properly investigate the initial burglary despite clear indications of a break-in, displaying clear bias against the Osefo family. The Osefos heard nothing but silence from the police over 18 months despite complete cooperation and requests for updates. They criticized the recent public release of their private financial information. We believe it is deeply unjust for the Sheriff's Office and the Office of the State Attorney of Carroll County to publicly expose confidential financial information about Eddie and Wendy Osefo. What is most disturbing is that the state appears to have begun investigating only after charging the Osefos, which is a highly irregular approach that raises serious concerns about motive and fairness. It says their team denied allegations that they use alias to hide financial activities, saying the Osefos have never used an alias on any financial application. This allegation is false and misleading. Such names were used for delivery of packages following their lawful purchase to safeguard the identity of very public figures. Okay. They emphasize the importance of due process and fairness, adding, due process is paramount to the administration of justice, and it's breached by misleading the public with false narratives has only compounded the harm. The defense is confident that the court will prevent any further violation of the Osefos' right to a fair trial. I would agree. You know, I'd be giving Wendy hell when I when we review the show, but I would agree that if they're investigating this, why the hell is we got to know what's going on play by play? They should present their case in court, and the best team wins. But we don't need to know a play by play, because to me, you're trying to get get her ruined in public, or them ruined in public, with public opinion where we all think they're guilty. We don't know. I mean, but it seems like it. But all this other stuff, we have no business knowing about. And especially with them saying that making it seem like they have some kind of credit cards in other people's names when they actually only named, had the shipping information to be whatever name because they don't want nobody to know, their business. So I can understand that, knowing their real names. But when they paid for them, they paid with them with a real credit card with their names on it or a company name or whatever. But not Mr. Hennessy, whatever it was. So I can understand that, because I feel like it's a drip, and we're trying to convict them with public opinion and not in the court. And like she said, they should have due process. So we got, on the other hand, let me go on over here. We got, on the other hand, Miss, Lord have mercy, Miss Mia Thornton. Let's see here where we got it at. We got her going through the airports, and I didn't really pay that attention, because I ain't never been on the other side of the law like that. But I know one time T.I. got arrested in the airport, and when he got arrested, because it was someone else with the same name that he has, but like they didn't look at the guy's identity and like his description. They didn't look at all of that. This guy was a tall guy, and I don't even believe it was light skin, but it was something totally opposite of T.I. But they just happened to have the same name. But they arrested him, and he was very upset. So we're gonna go over here and learn about Miss Mia. Okay. So here we go.
You want your hands? You want your hands? Hold on. Relax for a second. Relax. You want your hands this way, or you want your hands turn inside the crane? You want this way? What's your way more comfortable? Okay. Let's. Okay. All right. That's fine. We'll go that way. Shit, so caught. I'm gonna lock them so they don't move on you, okay? When you get to the holding cell, I'll take them back off for you so you can relax a little bit, all right? We'll probably be at our precinct for probably about 20 minutes or so I can finish doing my paperwork thing, and then we're gonna head out, okay? All right, brother. Okay. Go ahead this way.
I think y'all get a little larger now. We pick up the stuff y'all think of. Yeah.
All right, brother. Take care.
Everybody can't share that information with the
Pardon?
No.
I didn't go and just have somebody else go out there and give them the paperwork.
Is it possible to call him? He has the store key.
They still got him, nothing.
What, is he still in the airport?
No, he probably left.
Okay. Yeah, where's his call?
Yeah, I just want him to don't put that furniture back. Like, this is enough. We have several emails. Wherever they telling him to do that.
All right, bro. All right, bro. All right. So we go straight down to that wall. I appreciate it right there.
Well, so that was Mia getting arrested.
So I did see that video with them kids out there in Chicago that took and jumped that pregnant woman and her son.
Lord, I didn't want to go there yet. But I'm eating cake and stuff. But so what happened was Mia was at the airport, and evidently when they have your ID and whatever, she had a warrant. So they did a warrant. She had a warrant for actually stealing $11,000 worth of furniture out of a condo she was renting. They said she moved out in the middle of the night in October, I believe it was, and took the furniture with her, along with a TV. And I just want to know, I remember back in the day, you could rent apartments with furniture. Y'all remember that? And usually when you rented I ain't got money like they got. But usually when you was getting somewhere that was already furnished, it was old looking furniture. You don't know who all bid on there and what all people did on it. But she has that stuff in storage somewhere. Because she was telling them, because she basically get to the storage unit to, give them back their stuff because she's tired of it. Like somebody else took it and she didn't. Allegedly. So they arrested her for larceny. So we have the Grand Dame on Real Housewives of Potomac. She went for drunk driving. We have Wendy getting arrested for insurance fraud. And now we have Mia, who tried to play like she was rich, but she's doing it. Poor lady, I would say poor lady, a poor girl crying if she did it. I mean, well, they took it, so unless you're trying to say the movers took it, sounds like she must have jumped, did not finish out her lease and left early. I don't know. So we'll see how that turns out. But right now, it's looking like Mia needs a job. Hopefully, Miss Wendy, Wendy did show up at BravoCon. So she showed up for BravoCon, so she's damn coming to that reunion. I got, what is this, bundt cake? It's good. Or nothing bundt cake, or however it's called. Nothing bundt cake. It's good. I got the white chocolate raspberry. This is good. I usually get that from my dad. And I usually stick with vanilla or lemon. But today, my grandbaby is 6 months old. So my daughter was having a party for his little fat ass. He likes to eat. Oh my God, I said, stop, girl. He's going to be on 600-pound life. Because she had a bundt cake the other day. And she was eating it in front of him. And he was just crying. He wanted some of that cake so bad. I'm like, do not give him no cake. But he turned 6 months. Okay, so she was having a little get-together for him. So our next person on the docket is, we got rid of Mia. Who else we want to talk about? We got Portia and the lady getting into it on the air, I guess in first class. It was a white older lady, and it's Portia. And you can believe whoever story you would believe. They both do agree that Portia was on Instagram scrolling, and the lady, I guess, thought it was loud. Portia did not have on her earbuds, so the lady could hear it. And she asked Portia, do I got to listen to that the whole trip? And Portia was like, do you want to? And she was like, no. Oh, you don't like it? No. Somehow that started. Portia said that wasn't a nice way to talk to her because Portia said the lady called her a bitch. The lady didn't say she said that. The lady said Portia smacked her phone out of her hand. But while Portia was talking to the police, one of the passengers on the plane came up to Portia and asked her, was she all right? And she kind of insinuated that lady was acting out. So who knows? Because I wouldn't believe that Portia would be on first class acting the fool like she act on Housewives, because she's giving us good TV. She ain't going to be doing that and put herself up where this woman can try to sue her for some money. I don't think so. I really don't. So I think the Karen has been a Karen. And we'll just call that what it is. So what else I said I was going to talk about today? We did 47. We did Michael Jackson. I think we're up to what's been bothering everybody all week. And that's the little YNs in Chicago. And honey, this one here. See her? That's a little piggy right there. Honey, we up to this one. And I'm going to take my time and talk about this because, yes, I am a Gen Xer. And this here is just unbelievable. We know that the mother of the children, which is Miss Hatter, she will be pressing charges on them. So the little YN, the little thug little girl, came out and did an apology. And let me see, is this it? Lord. I call myself trying to have my stuff together, and it ain't. Okay, let's go here. Let's find it. Okay, I should have saved it. Okay. Let me share the screen. Yeah, but the little girl, she called herself trying to apologize. And I don't understand it. Apologize for what? You apologizing because everybody is on your ass in Chicago? Or you know that you may be facing some consequences that you don't want to face? So let's go on over here and watch this shit. Oh my goodness.
I want y'all to meet Kamira. She is one of the children that was a part of the fight at OT Bright School on yesterday. We're just coming live so she can say her piece and take accountability. I won't say too much. And please, anyone that decides to say anything, keep it respectful. This is the child.
Keep it respectful? This is the child? No, honey, this child act like a grown woman. She ain't a child. She's a little YN. She's a thug. So we keep this. If she wanted to be respectful, she would have acted respectful. She would have never tried to approach that grown woman. So she don't want to play a child. She wanted to be grown. Your ass is grown now, and we know your name now, Miss Kamaya. Okay, now I'll continue.
Hey.
Did you notice that smirk? Hey. Okay.
My name is Kamira Grant, and I was wrong for
Why do you think she's crying? Because you were wrong for that. Now, me as a kid, and I'm going because Kamaya is 13. So Kamaya is going over there to try to help these people fight this little boy who is 9, right? So you're going to jump his mom too? You are shameful. I mean, y'all know everything pretty much go viral. You know somebody was recording. You had no shame at all. Only reason why you are tripping now is because there's consequences to your actions. And this is ridiculous. So let's keep on going.
Happy.
It's okay,
I was happy for everything that I did. And I was just being a follower. Following.
She was being a follower, but she swung on the woman first. Being a follower. And I could go along with being a follower, but at some point, because you're the only one who swung on this woman first, some point you would have been like, no, I ain't doing this. I'm not doing this. If my mom find that, because that's would have been the one thing that got me. If my mama, now if I'd have been 13, it'd been if my grandma would have found out. First of all, this might be somebody my mom and them know. My grandma might know somebody because my grandmother was in church. My grandma know. And I'm going to be out here doing something like this. And then know if I get caught doing, what if this woman would have beat her ass? What if? But we'll keep on going.
But everybody who don't even got nothing that I got.
So everybody who don't got nothing but she got. She's following people who have less than her is what she's saying. How y'all all walking home to school together. So it looks like y'all live in the same area. So how you got more than them?
And I apologize for everything because I wouldn't want to be in that situation. And I feel bad because
It's okay.
I gotta go through so much.
Okay, she told her right there. She feel bad because she got to go through so much. Now I feel bad for hitting this lady, causing this lady to fall, ripping the woman's wig off her head. Oh, or causing everybody, because once one person fall, everybody start fighting. Not none of this, or no, because I got to go through so much.
I wish I would never did what I did.
Do you have anything to say? I think her name is Shauna.
I was a bit out. People think.
So this is an update, y'all. I want y'all.
Honey, that's it. I will say this, and I mean this. I'm going to say it with my full throat. That little girl needs to be locked up. I don't know what's taking them so long to lock her up, because I know when kids, I know if kids would have gotten a fight here and they would have got caught in the act, then they would have went off to juvenile detention center. Maybe stayed a day or so there till the parents had to come down there or whatever. But I'm saying this little girl needs to be locked up and charged to the fullest extent of the law that they charge little 13-year-old girls with. Because it's crying online and getting it, or supposedly crying, because I didn't see a tear. I think it's bullshit. I can't imagine. My grandma would have beat the shit out of me, saying every Bible verse there was, because my grandma was a minister. I'm cussing to talk about my grandma, but you know what I mean, Granny. She gone on. She up there. But I mean, right now, if I was to do something crazy like this or condone this, I believe my grandma would be trying to whip me from heaven. It would take Peter, Jesus, and Paul to hold her back. I don't understand this, and like I said earlier in the live before, I showed my grandchildren the fight. My granddaughter, who is 13, the same age, she got so mad because I told her, I said, that's a lady and her children. And my granddaughter was like, what? Because then, she put herself in those shoes. Or what she would have did if that had been her mama. But she's older than that little boy. Because I can see my granddaughter at 9. I remember when my granddaughter was like 6. And some kids here in my daycare had my granddaughter scared. Oh, no, the hell you ain't. No. I said, you don't be scared of nobody where your grandma at. I run the show over here. Because no bad motherfuckers can go. Got my baby over here scared. I think the little girl was like in 7th, 8th grade. And I let them know, you too grown to be in this daycare center because in the summer, you need to tell your mom to take you somewhere else. Because here you're going to do what the heck I say. Because this ain't no Fort Wayne Community Schools. This is Miss Angela's daycare, honey. And what I say, go. I'm all fun and games, but I'm not playing with no sassy ass kids. I'm not. No, you too grown. You take your grown ass somewhere else. And with that girl right there, she needs to be held accountable. And every kid that was there kicking. I had a little cousin. We was kids. And I'm 53. My cousin got to be at least 50 now. But when he was, I think my parents were still married. So I was under the age of 8. I remember his sisters were saying that he went to, we call the juvenile detention center here in our town, we call it Solidwood. But it's called the Wood Youth Center. But I don't know how that became the nickname Solidwood. So it was like, he went to Solidwood. What? His sister was fighting with someone. So his sister, she might have been, I don't know, 6. He's about a year and a half younger than her. He went and got a knife and tried to get those kids off of her. And he went to Solidwood, from what I understand. Now this, I'm telling you as a 53-year-old about something I found out about when I was 7, maybe. So whatever. But I remember that. And he was that little. And he went. This girl, 13 years old. And you done jumped on a woman. I can see, only time I can see kids fighting an adult, if the adult is out there fucking with the kids, like they did on Crooklyn. Was it Right-Hand Man and whatever character Spike Lee played, where they were they used to like to do the huffing. So they were scared of kids. The Right-Hand Man was missing the right hand. And so they used to scare the kids and stuff. So at the end of the movie, they were scaring the kids. And the little brother came back to tell the sister that they was messing with them. And she went and hit him in the head with a stick. And Spike Lee was like, why you do that? What's her name? Troy. In that case, where you have someone terrorizing some kids that they don't know, doing something to some kids that they don't know, and then the kids gang up, you can say, okay, the kids were protecting themselves. But no, not ever would you look at this lady walking with her children. First of all, she said she was on one side of the street and those kids crossed over because they've been messing with her before. And by her having, sickle cell, I guess she's, she'd been in and out of the hospital and she was tired. So you can kind of see she's kind of walking a little labored. And I guess they really felt like she was a weak one. Because I bet you if that had been a woman with a little bit more weight, a little bit more height, them kids wouldn't have did all that shit to her. She wouldn't have thrown, because that girl threw a soft looking punch. She don't like she could fight that good. Now, just being honest. So, honey, what I'm saying is that she needs to be held accountable for her actions. They say, oh, she's an A-B student, because her mama was on there popping shit. Now, I don't believe this lady that's in the video with her is her mama, because her mama got online and said some ignorant ass shit. Let me see if I can. Now, I don't know if I want to try to read the whole damn thing, but let me see if I can find it. But it was ignorant. And because the way the lady that was talking right there, she don't seem, this woman that's talking on the video with her don't seem like the type that wrote this ghetto ass paragraph. I don't know, she might have an alter ego, but it just didn't seem that way. If I can find it. Oh Lord. I'm thinking, oh my God. This girl up here really popping her shit. But first of all, too, had that been my kid, I would have never went live. Everything is not for social media. I would have never put my kid on social media. I just wouldn't have said nothing. I would have tried to contact the lady herself. You know, which the lady, you know, probably don't want to talk to them. I can understand that. But I would not have put my child on there. First of all, she wouldn't have been on there because they probably would have been locking me up because they'd have seen how badly beaten she was. I mean, because I just don't, I can't understand you out here fighting somebody grown for no goddamn reason. It just don't make sense to me. Okay, let me see. The mother, let me share this tab. Goes by Yaz St. Patrick. It's because this don't seem like the same lady. Here she said, let me say this. First, my daughter is a great ass kid. She's a AB student, captain of the cheerleading team, ahead of her class, and some more shit. I said, that don't sound like that lady that was on the other side. Let me make sure this is big enough so you guys can see it. Hold on. Let me make it bigger. There we go, over there. Okay, she goes, and some more shit. All good things from every teacher. And I don't know what this IFYK means. I'm not sure what all these new acronyms are. I don't know what it is. So this is it really an acronym? I don't know what the hell it is. We don't owe nobody an apology, BT, I guess, but that lady and her kids. So all y'all grown motherfuckers looking for a viral moment, please shut the fuck up. Cause CUZ, kids gonna be kids. And it's kids out here that did way worse shit. Way worse shit than what? Would they kill somebody? Let alone y'all asses when y'all was 12 and 13 years old. Y'all ass used to be out here beating up crackheads and all. That's some shit she had to do. I've never heard of that. Who out here beating up crackheads? Who does that? How do you think you can beat up a crackhead, first of all, at 12 and 13? Y'all don't know us Y'all don't know us at all. She was peer pressured. If you know my family, you know if we find a friend in a motherfucker, we gonna stand behind them 100% no matter what. But this is definitely a lesson learned. She was held accountable for her actions. Y'all, YAL, TB. I don't know what that is. It's what talking about. It takes a village, bitch. She got a castle. The fuck. Y'all talking about it takes a village, bitch. She got a castle. The fuck. And everybody standing 10 toes down behind her. Exclamation mark, exclamation, a whole bunch of them. I was never going to go live making y'all motherfuckers feel some type of way. Once again, we do not owe y'all no apology. Fuck y'all motherfuckers. Now what's going on in real life? And no, my kids not raised like that at all. I don't know what the P means. Feel how you want to feel. Or excuse me, feel how you want. Fuck y'all. That wasn't that same lady. That wasn't that same lady. That wasn't that same lady at all. And then she gonna put it down here with the picture of the woman that the girl beat up. But that wasn't that same lady. That wasn't her. That's some other bitch right there. Let me show. Let me get a picture of this girl. That wasn't her. This her. You know, I look at this lady in this picture. Don't she look like, if y'all watch Married to Medicine, don't she look like Dr. Heavenly? She look like she could be a younger version of Dr. Heavenly. This lady is devilish, honey. Devilish, demon field, talking about fuck everybody. Her daughter, the cheerleading queen. I heard once from somewhere else that the girl was homecoming queen. They had homecoming in middle school, I guess. But honey, that ain't the same woman that was in the other video. And I would look at her and wouldn't think she would write that way. I would have never wrote shit. I ain't got to come on here to talk to the social media. I would have put praying hands and that's what I would did. And I would have beat the brakes off of my kid. I would have. My kids, they know better. You was raised right. We went to church, honey. No way in the world I would condone no bullshit like that. And to me, with all the words she said, she condones it. She condones it. My child was peer pressure into doing it. So shit, it is what it is. It gonna be is what it is until that damn little girl get pulled up on some charges. Because it looks like that's coming. So then we have the mother, Miss Hatter. She's speaking out. Let me find her right quick. She was speaking out, talking about it. And, you know, she was basically saying, hey, it hurt her heart that her son was calling her name as he was getting beat. And she could do nothing because she's getting beat. But here we go.
Exclusive. The mother in this video, who was attacked while protecting her children, is speaking publicly. She and her son were brutally attacked by a group of kids on Monday, and this video has caught the attention of many across the country. Now, that community is stepping in to help move her out of the South Deering neighborhood. She only spoke to our Sade Gray about this horrific attack, and Sade is live in our newsroom with more from this exclusive story.
Well, Marie, Korshonda Hatter says she's still in physical pain after she and her son were brutally attacked with her young daughter just steps away. Her legs are bruised and it's hard for her to walk. But what hurts her the most is her children are still suffering.
My son is, he's very devastated. He'll wake up out of in the middle of his sleep, screaming. He'll scream, "Mommy, are you there?"
Hatter says her 9-year-old son and 6-year-old daughter are traumatized after watching their mom get attacked by a group of kids. In this video, we've blurred the faces of those involved because they're all minors. We've stopped it after she was dragged to the ground because of how brutal it is. Her son was beaten, and she says one of the kids pulled her daughter's hair. Her daughter stood off to the side crying, watching her brother and mother get attacked.
I felt helpless because I was down on the ground and he was down on the ground and he's looking at me screaming like, "Mommy, please help me, help me." I couldn't get up myself. I couldn't do nothing.
She's 6. She has sickle cell. So I guess they seen a little weakness on her because she's, kind of walking a little slow. And they have no right to put their hands on an adult.
That's her partner, Devon Lee, who was at work when the attack happened. Hatter went on to tell me that her son has been bullied for the past 2 years at Orville T. Bright Elementary School because of the way she walks and talks, all of the results of her sickle cell disease. Hatter tried to talk to the school about the bullying, but she says they didn't do anything about it. Yesterday, a large group of parents came to the school to show their support for the mother and to put an end to bullying. The community immediately stepped in and moved her out of South Deering and into an undisclosed location. Hatter says she's pressing charges against the parents of the kids who attacked her. As for her children, they'll be transferred to a different school, and she's looking to get therapy for them. Reporting in the newsroom, Sharday Gray, CBS News, Chicago. Marie.
Sharday, thank you for that exclusive story. To a CBS.
So Mrs. Hatter, or Miss Hatter, will be pressing charges. So that little thug, she better get them tears together, honey. It's getting close to Christmas. Honey, she need to have a shoe full of coal. This cake is good. That's what she needs. First, she needs her ass whooped real good. That's what she needs, first of all. And then to be held accountable. I don't know what that's going to look like for a 13-year-old. But, you know, back in my day, they used to have something called Scared Straight. Her ass need to be scared straight. You can't tell me a person who's supposed to be a cheerleader, you're a cheerleader at school. Because most times when kids are in sports, they're not into trying to get in fights and stuff like that. And like I said before, when I was in school, it is considered still school property if you hadn't made it home from school and you get in a fight. So therefore, you would be suspended. And this little girl, you get straight A's and B's. You were the prom queen, a homecoming queen. And then you're the cheerleading captain. But you find time to go and be in this foolishness. How are you the captain, but you're a follower? No two things don't even make sense. Usually people who are the captain, they are leaders. And nothing that woman did was provoking that girl to hit her. Nothing. And I'm not going to say that woman, Mrs. Hatter. Nothing she did. She was trying to protect her kids. And all because they taken out something on her son because of the mom's illness. He's only 9, so when he's about 3rd or 4th grade. She's in the whole 8th grade. Why'd you want to watch this little boy get beat up? He's already terrified. So he don't want to fight. Now, see, you came across a little kid like my daughter. You would have got your ass whooped. My daughter, I'm going to say it, my daughter was bad. She was. I mean, she was. She was not afraid to fight. And I didn't even know my brother had her fighting. Because I never forget, I worked at H&R Block for years, and one guy come in, he's like, "Oh, you so-and-so sister." You don't want to get that badass little girl. And I'm like, what? Not my kid. So that's how you don't know what your kid be doing. And she with her uncle. But the uncle only like 13, 14 years older than her. And they be, she out there, world check. I didn't even know she was bullying kids either. One little boy, I don't think she thought she was bullying anybody. But she ain't taking no mess off nobody. And she wasn't even no big girl. She was a little girl. A little girl. I mean, probably average. She's not no tall girl. She's only about 5'3" now. So she wasn't no tall girl. She wasn't a heavier girl. But I didn't know she could fight. I didn't really know she could fight. And my son didn't know she could fight until them two got into a fight with two of my cousins. And that's because my dad let two of his sisters' grandkids live in his house. And one got to talking shit to my daddy, and that's all it took. Here my daddy in his 70s trying to do y'all solid because y'all have nowhere to live. And they told my dad, because, you know, they wasn't raised around the family. They were adopted. Told my dad that he was going to whoop his ass. That's all it took. Because none of my cousins would have ever said that. My uncle was kind of one of the favorite uncles. And we just never heard that kind of talk. And for someone to say that, wait a minute. And these boys is in their 20s, early 20s. My daughter took her ass on there. Made my son get up and come on. So what time they get off work? Because they come to my dad's house. And my dad goes, I said, Dad, what happened? I said, you trying to stop me? He said, no, I just watched. Over there, moving furniture. He was not playing. No, nobody's going to talk that way to my grandpa. I'm like, oh my goodness, well. But my daughter, she's one, I guess, I mean, she wasn't really in elementary school, she probably was. But by the time she was like middle school, she really wasn't. But elementary, she'd have been that 9-year-old kid, honey. That should have gave that 13-year-old girl a run for her money. She didn't care. She did not. My children, they're 6 years apart. So, my daughter, she's 32. My son is 26. He went over there trying to reason. My daughter went hearing shit. Oh, my goodness. So, she always kind of been a little, be wrestled in rough houses. So, I guess. But I thought, but that dude said, you at that badass little girl? Like, what? But in this case here, them little kids gonna beat their match. They already said that one little kids, I think it's two brothers, that they're supposed to be homeless. They over there squatting in somebody's apartment. So most of these kids would be bullies and shit. Unless she's talking about she got more than these other little kids. But what would entice you to go and help try to beat up somebody's mom? Why are you arguing with somebody grown? I just can't even imagine. I mean, I can't. My grandson, he didn't really think it was real. He almost thought it was like a skit or something. He's in 7th grade. Because some of these thoughts ain't never really occurred. And me being a Gen Xer, I just got that fear that my mom and my grandma put in me. I'm not gonna say my daddy did. My daddy didn't do much of the whooping. My mama did. But that fear that little short lady put in me, shit. My grandma ain't never had to work on me. I heard what she did to the other ones. So we ain't had to do all that. No. We ain't had to do none of that. Honey, my little brother got kicked out of school for something. I don't know. My grandma hog-tied his ass. He thought they was playing Cowboys and Indians. She hog-tied him and pulled that rope, and it was nothing but booty in the air. She tore him up. And my brother go, so then the next day I'm out because he got kicked out for so many days. My grandma did the same shit. She took him out to breakfast, got him all the stuff he wanted to eat. And then they do the same shit. He was like, because the first time he was like, oh, we about to play a game. No, you gonna stay your ass in school, ain't you? I mean, she didn't talk that way. That's the way I talk. I get it from my dad. But I couldn't imagine. I mean, only time I ever did something to an adult, and I remember, my memory goes back to when I was like 3. I remember I had to be like 4 or 5. And I seen this little old black lady walking down the street. It's probably me in the future. She was walking down the street, and I would watch her because it was a church around the corner. And this got to be 1970. I don't know, 76 maybe, because before my other little brother was born. It's 76 or 78. I don't know if my mom was pregnant. It might, 76 or 77. One of them, but I remember being little. I don't think I was in kindergarten yet. And the lady walked down the street, and I don't know why in my head, because she was a short lady, why in my head I just thought I could beat her up. I did. Honey, I went over there trying to act like I was that woman beat me with her damn pocketbook. I couldn't go in the house and say that one, be crying and be like, why am I crying? Because I know if I went in the house, I had that much sense. I knew if I went in the house talking about, or my mom asked me why I was crying, I was about to get my ass whooped again. So I ain't saying that. I just stayed outside crying. That woman wore me out, tore me every which way but loose. I don't even know. I think I must have seen her walk down the street a couple times. I'm thinking, oh, she's short. She my height. Now, you know how when you little kids, you think of dumb shit. I was either 4 or 5. But I don't think I must have been 4 because I don't remember being in kindergarten at this time. But I remember her walking down the street. And she had a black pocketbook. I had one time she was walking to church, honey. She had the Lord on her side. I mean, like I could really do something. Because the girl down the street was whooping my ass all the time. And I thought I wanted to try on this old lady. The girl down the street was 8, beat me up. But I see this old lady walking down the street probably every bit, I don't know, 60s, 70s. She probably said, where does the black ass girl come from? I'm saying, oh my God. She beat my ass with that damn pocketbook and kept me and ain't missed a beat, honey, and walked right on to church. Oh, but I knew I better not take my ass in there crying. I think that's like one of the kind of baddest things I ever did. I don't even know why I thought of that. That was some shit. I don't know. Maybe the girl beat me up down the street because she used to beat me up so much that my mom went down there and talked to her mom. I mean, she beat me up. She scratched my back, scratched my face. I'm just standing there. I was terrified to fight her because she was taller. And I ain't had no other. On my mom's side, I'm the oldest cousin. So if I'm like 5, my next oldest cousin is 3. So I don't know why I wanted to try this lady coming down the street. I don't know, but she beat the shit out of me with her purse. I ain't never did nothing like that again. So that was my dang accountability right there. And I knew because she could have came up to the house, she beat me up, and then came and knocked on my door and probably told my mom would have wore me out. I know she would have. My mama didn't play. I don't even know why the fuck I did something like that. Gator May would have beat the shit out of me. Oh my God. I ain't say nothing. Just sat there and cried. Like, why you walk your ass into an ass whipping like that? That woman was minding her business like this lady here. Mind you, I was 4 or 5. This girl's 13 years old. And want to cry about it on the internet. Like I said, it wouldn't have been my child on the internet at all. We wouldn't know. Because her ass would have been on the internet. And I don't believe that was her mama because I think that woman there didn't seem as ghetto as that girl at that damn Instagram post or whatever, Facebook post. I don't know, but I really think that the mother, Miss Hatter, she's going to press some charges. Them kids going to get, they around there, they got still pictures of all them kids. They are recognized. They already got the parents' social media stuff. So these people, they coming at them. And Chicago has stood up for this lady. They done got her, as you heard, a new place to stay. I even heard that they even got her a car. And there's a GoFundMe too on her Facebook page. So, like my aunt and my cousins should say, the devil meant it for bad, but God turned it around for good. And in this situation, she was able to move, and she's putting her kids in another school district, another school. So it's going to work out in that regard, but those kids going to have for real trauma. And that little boy, he's old enough to remember. Maybe a 6-year-old may. I don't know. Maybe she could kind of block it out. I don't know. But I could not imagine seeing my mom getting beat by my peers, basically. We just wouldn't have did that. We ain't cuss in front of no damn adults. We ain't do none of that stuff. Even if we walk past the church, if y'all cussing or whatever, we stop cussing. We ain't cussing in front of no church. We was walking past. We walked and rode bikes. We ain't do none of that stuff. We had reverence for things. We ain't cussing in front of no adults. Because first of all, we ain't know who all knew our parents, our grandparents. I might not have knew them, but they might know, okay, that's Gaither's daughter. That's Flint's daughter. That's Lou Jane's granddaughter. You get back to there, my ass is grass. Even though I've been cussing since 6 years old. First grade, I remember sitting out there on the monkey bars, enticing my friend to cuss. Like, your mama not here, girl, you can cuss. It was bad. But we just wouldn't have never did that. The little stuff we did, I couldn't have never imagined me sitting up cussing and doing all those things in front of an adult and to lay hands on an adult. No, I could not. My mom always kind of taught us karma too. Like the things you do, so my mom would say, wait till you get older to have kids that act worse than you. So, that kind of, like I said, I was a kid. You could tell me a bad story. I ain't got to try it. You told me something bad happened to you, I ain't got to do it. I'm not going to. That's the kind of kid I was. No. You tell me a horror story, I can watch the after school programs. I used to like watching them. And Scare Straight and all that. I was never the kid that snuck out the house. I'm not doing none of that shit. No. Because I knew my mom was going to whoop your ass. And if she broke a nail, it's going to be worse. And therefore, I didn't do shit like that. No. I wouldn't get no ass whooping for nobody. No. So this girl did all this stuff because they knew they weren't going to get in trouble. They don't fear nobody. To do all that in public, they don't fear no motherfucking body. None of them kids did. No. We're sitting there, you famous. She damn worldwide. You famous, and for what? This is going forever. You forever on the internet. You forever out there doing the worst that you could have done. To fight a woman who was really defenseless while the woman was trying to protect her kids. You fighting a sickly woman. That sounds crazy to me. But, lock her up. Let her not be able to spend the holidays with her family. Let her be a little inconvenienced. Let Santa Claus not make it to her house till February. Let her be inconvenienced. Let her feel like, so she can learn from this. So she don't turn out, or she and the rest of them kids don't turn out to be, worthless. I can't think of the word I want to use. But not a good person for society. Let them be able to change their lives. Yeah, maybe she could go around and talk to kids, after the fact. Hey, I did this. But let her be a success story. Let them be a success story. But right now, they definitely need to be held accountable. And that's in my show tonight. Thank y'all for sitting with me. I'm trying to get myself back into this algorithm. Please come in, like up the video. It is free 99. If you're on the replay game, hey, drop in the comments and let me know where you're watching me from. Tell me what you are doing, and let me know, how do you think those kids should be held accountable? What do you think? They should have to definitely do some kind of community service. I think so. I don't know, painting the yellow streets, a yellow line in the streets, cleaning up the neighborhood. I don't know, but they should definitely have to do something. So I'm going to get out of here, eat the rest of my cake. And my husband, he's about to get off work. So I'll see you guys later. Y'all have a great evening. And I might come live tomorrow. See, my voice be getting goes. It is what it is. So y'all have yourself a great evening. And good night. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.